Good morning. Hello. Okay. Ugh. Let me just get my seat nice and aligned. It's so damn cold. So when you sit, you sit. Got my coffee, double jackets, blanket. I'm an old dude, man. Cut me some slack. It's cold. Okay, just checking if everything's working the way it should. YouTube, are you fine? Okay, YouTube seems fine. Okay, great stuff. Let's get going, shall we? Forget. Just ignore that. It's fine. I am unmuted, right? Yes, and the music works. Yes. Okay, cool. So, we're still busy with the new ability, so I'm just gonna jump straight in there and just play. Just press start. Go over to my characters and see what it was that we were doing last time. So if I remember correctly, we have something that looks like a stun, sort of. Ooh. This morning my coffee is not coffeeing enough. It's so hard to make filter coffee consistently. Okay, so if you remember, this is where we were at. Yeah, okay, so we stun that guy at least. The others, they get the little glowy thingy, but that's about it. Okay. So what we need to do now... I wonder if we make this little pop-up disappear quicker, so it doesn't linger, but the little visual effect lingers a little bit, right? So just tune it a little bit. So let's just make it a second pop-up instead of the complete 3 seconds. I think that'll look better already. And we need to go and implement this for all the other enemies as well, right? So it works with the bomber, and we just needed to work with our simple melee enemy, or the little stick lizard, and the Komodo dragon, and the boss, I suppose. How would the boss... Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So I'm just thinking maybe the boss doesn't get stunned as long, potentially. But okay. So all the enemies have this stat. It is there. It exists. It's a thing. We just needed to change in their respective managers and state machines something, right? Wow. This is such a mess. Just look at all my tabs here. Okay, this is just the basic enemy state machine, so this must be for the small guy. So let's see, we have this enemy status effect manager dot on stun change. So we go plus equals that thing. And we can say if I think it's E dot status effect equals dot stun. So we get the stun effect. Then we do something. So if we get the stun effect, we need to change a couple of things, right? Okay, so the first thing is we want to change the state. So we want to add a stunned state. I did call this stunned, right? Just want to keep it sort of consistent, yes. So stunned. Yeah, so the first thing we want to do is set states. State dot stunned. Okay. Else if E dot status effect equals enemy, not like that. Enemy status effect manager status effect dot none. We return you to set state state dot idle. And got rid of too many equal signs. Okay, so basically that, just to start off with, right? This is what we did for the other guy as well. And the status effect manager will time it and switch it on and off. Okay, so now we just need to see. Okay, so we have this attack trigger over here. So I could very straightforwardly make that attack trigger switch off. Yep. That's pretty much what I did. So, and state not equal to enemy state right. This is in the state machine, right? So I didn't. Yeah, actually, why did I do it like this here? State not stunned. It is inside the state machine. So it really doesn't matter. For these two, at least. Okay, so now he can't attack anymore. So now we just need to make him not to be able to move anymore. So I guess that's just in enemy movement. Oh, it burns. I wanted to sneeze, but it didn't happen. Now my nose just burns. Okay. Okay, so the movement we can basically check. I think this whole... Yeah, we can pretty much just chuck it in here. So we can do and... enemy state machine dot get get state does not equal enemy state machine dot state dot stunned. Okay, so there's it. So now if he is dead or stunned, he can't move. He can still be pushed around. He can still die. Right? Well, that's it. He can't move. Okay, so that should be everything for the small enemy. Let's look at our big guy. Okay, so the Komodo dragon. So he's got a proper manager. So we can get the status effect from here. Not on... No. On stun change. Okay. We literally want the same thing to happen. So if the status effect is stunned, we go to CTE. So it's going to be state machine dot set state to CTE machine dot state dot stunned, so it doesn't have a stunned state yet. Okay, let's just go change that. Now it does, so we set the state to stunned. And if we are not stunned anymore, then we just do idle. Okay, so now we can set it to stunned and idle. So the state machine changes. Okay, so this guy has a bunch of other complexity. But let's see, the basic one would be attack triggers, right? So we check that he's not doing an action. So we should also check that he's not stunned. If he's stunned, he cannot start doing any other stuff. So just basically something like this, and state machine dot state get state is not equal to the stun state, right? Pretty much something like that. So his attack triggers cannot trigger if he is in the stun state. Okay, and then the only other place we want this is in his movement. Okay, so his movement is a bit complicated. So I think if he's flying through the air, right, the stun shouldn't affect him necessarily. Like, he propelled his body forward already. He'll get stunned afterwards, right? So let's just do something like this. This if statement is getting ridiculous, but anyway. So and we get our state. So it's not stunned. Okay, so now we are not stunned either. Okay. I also want to do something like this. The basic attack, if do basic attack is true and we are not stunned, then we can continue moving. So you can interrupt the basic attack in some way with stunned or the movement. What's that going to look like? Well, can we interrupt? Can we change the state like that? I don't actually know. It should work. I don't know if the animation would do that, though. Yeah, so he'll still finish the animation, unfortunately. So let's just see. So Komodo Dragon. Yeah, so this one, obviously this is a trigger, and then we have this. So yeah, so this always needs to finish before he goes over to the next state, which is idle. I could make... So I could do this for enemies where they have a stunned... a parameter called stunned. Or is stunned. So that we can cancel animations and stuff like that if he gets stunned. Or we just don't do animation cancelling. Okay, let's see. Let's just leave it like it is and see what happens. I think I did everything. So those three enemies should be able to... We should be able to stun them now. The Komodo, the lizard, and the frog. They should be stunnable. Okay, the Komodo does not seem very stunnable. Yeah, okay. So the Komodo definitely got back into his... Wait. Yeah, he's kind of ignoring me. Okay, so the frog, when I stun him, he just literally stands there until it goes away. Okay, let's see what this Komodo guy is doing. Okay, so state machine, let's just do debug, and then we can see the state he's in. Okay, let's go get rid of the frog. Okay, so he's in the attack state. If I stun him. Okay, so he did go into the stun state for a split second and then straight back to idle and then attack, right? So there's something else overwriting the stunned effect. Okay, so we go into the stunned state. So what could override that effect? So we can check what set states. Okay, so there's the manager sets a lot of states, and then movement also sets a lot of states, and then our animator events set some states. Okay, so let's start with our manager. And let's just go through all the states that it sets or changes. Okay. Alright, so obviously it sets states there. That's okay. So these two set states are behind the stunned. So if we are stunned, they cannot set the states anymore. So that's fine. And death. Okay, and you should be able to die. So that's okay. So the manager is not the culprit. Now the next thing that does something is movement. So let's see, where are our set states here? Get state, set states. Okay. So these three set states are in basic movement. Basic movement can only apply if we are not in the stunned state. Okay, so it won't, basic movement won't do it. Okay, and basic movement isn't doing it. Okay, then the other one that it could be is our animator events. I don't have this one open. So this one also sets states when it stops doing an action. Goes to idle. Now this could be our culprit. Yeah. So we do a if manager.state machine.getState is not equal to CTE. No, state CTE underscore or state machine stunned. So if it's not equal to stunned, we can set it to idle. If it is stunned, don't do anything. Okay, it might have been that. So at the end of an animation, it cancelled our state, which meant it immediately lost the stunned effect. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense, sort of. Let's see if that does anything. So we'll look at the states over here. And we will... Whoopsie. We'll try and stun him. Okay, so these two get stunned, no problem. He still doesn't get stunned. Okay, he's stunned now. Okay. He was stunned for a while. Okay, you two can go away. Okay, I missed him. I missed him again. Okay, even though... Okay, wait, what happened there? So I stunned him. Okay, but in... Okay, you can clearly see the little bubble is above his head, but he doesn't remain in the stunned state. It just goes to idle. What else could be changing that? Let's see our enemy status effect manager. Oh, you know what? No. Okay. Already done with that. So let's see, where are our status effect manager? Okay. Okay, so this was the problem previously where I didn't reset my tick counts. But I do that now, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. So they do get stunned and it stays that way for a while. And only after I change it back to none does the stun go away. Okay, but this guy obviously has a way of setting his state to something else. And I think I'd looked at all the references. Yeah, so this is this one only does it if the state is not stunned, so this one can't do it anymore. This is in basic movement, and basic movement can only run if we are not stunned. Right? And so either it's being set by something that doesn't actually use our set state function. Is there anything that can do that? I don't think so. Everything needs to come through here. The only other thing I could think of is something like an event. So one of these animation events. But they don't do anything. Huh. What is going on? He's not dying. It's not equal to stun. That's the only way he can start attacking. Yeah, but my problem currently is he's looking at me. So he's moving. And I believe movement is the problem. Hey, this guy. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? Just don't understand how this guy is overwriting his stun. Is your game pissing you off a little bit? We've all been there. I completely understand. Oh, you're... I don't understand this. It's so weird that this thing can undo its stun effect. Like, basic movement is clearly inside of this if statement over here. Which means we can't do basic movement if we are dead, attacking, or stunned. Oh, wait. We can. This is the NOR. Ah, my brackets were in the wrong place. So it's and not do basic attack or do move attack and this. Ah, jeez. Yeah, so I had a knot in front of this, so yeah, okay. Problem solved. I figured it out. It was just a bracket. It was just a bracket, so now this guy should be able to get stunned, and that's the end of it. No more unstunning himself because of another place that changes his state. I must say I'm not a fan at all at how I'm implementing some of these status effects with the massive if statements, but yeah. Oh, geez, you pressed Control Z and you were in the wrong script. Ooh, that's rough. I can't help but laugh, but it's... Okay, look at that. Everybody gets stunned. And some people get stunned for longer. So what's your problem? Okay, we'll check now what's his problem. Okay. What happened to your life, my little guy? What state are you in? Okay, he's in the idle state, clearly. Why does he not feel like coming after me, though? That's so weird. Okay. So if I run into his attack zone, he'll swing. He'll go into attack. If I run away, he's not interested. Okay, let's look at his animator. It's so weird. I wonder what that is about. Okay, let's go see what's happening in his script now for some reason. Yeah, this is the other reason I really need to figure out a way to make all these scripts. I need to refactor my enemies. It's gonna have to happen soon, guys. I can't put this off forever. Yeah, because currently what's happening is, since every single enemy has a different piece of code managing it, I could potentially have different bugs for every single enemy, right? Since the movement script is different for each one, I could have different ways that they break every single time. And it's already, I didn't even copy paste. Well, I started by copy pasting, and then I additionally added a bunch of other stuff into the movement scripts, which make them unique as well. So there's definitely a problem there. Okay, let's just go see what this guy is doing right now, if we can. So I'm not quite sure what his problem is. So he just goes straight into idle every time. So obviously he starts in idle. Then when he gets stunned, he's stunned. And then after a few seconds, he goes back to idle. So all of that seems okay. Okay, you can also set his attack trigger. We've seen that. He goes back to false. But he cannot enter his running state. That's pretty much the problem. So this thing sets his running state. So let's see what's your problem. Okay, so let's see. He's not dead and he's not stunned, so that's fine. He needs to calculate the distance to the player. If the distance is greater than 40, then he'll just float. Else, agent not enabled is true. He's not being pushed. Push direction 0. If the state's not equal to running and agent velocity is not equal to 0, this is so convoluted, but is the agent did the agent break? I should also maybe not disable the agent. Maybe I should just make it stopped or not stopped. So instead of disabling the agent. Nah, it's fine. That's so weird. I don't... Mr. Human Limits. Even more new abilities, yes. This doesn't make any sense. Why can't we get into the running state? Did I mess something up here? So he's not dead and he's not stunned. You should be able to do all these things. Do this if he's far away, or enable his agent and set a destination, and then obviously you won't be in a running state at that moment. His velocity will be greater than 0 because he has a destination and he's moving. Okay, let's go check. Let's go play with him a little bit. Let's see if we can break him again. And then we can check what the agent is actually doing, because I wasn't checking what the agent is doing. And then, you know, it might be time. Okay, now we don't want to kill you accidentally. Let's go kill the other ones. Ah, it's so odd. He's just gonna die if I hit him. Okay, I managed to stun him. He's so fragile, I don't want to break him. Ah, shit. I broke him. Okay, that guy still dies a bit weirdly. Okay, let's get this little enemy and let's just give him more health, I think, for now. Wait, doesn't his health... Hey, Killer Aussie! How's it going? Let's give him 50 health. Let's see if I can kill him less often now. I killed him way too easily and I couldn't debug him. Okay, let's just see if that even worked. He still died instantly. Okay, so that doesn't help me at all. Okay, so these guys are getting stunned still. You know what? I should probably not worry about this too much right now. That was interesting. Because if I want to refactor all this code for the enemy behavior anyway, I'm probably going to introduce new bugs and accidentally fix that one. Okay. We just saw a couple of new bugs there. Look at this guy. He's just ignoring the stun. You can see the stun is visually still on his head. Oh, jeez. They're doing the floating thing. What is that supposed to be? Oh, jeez. Okay, now they're doing nothing. Get stunned. Or not, apparently. Huh. So they don't change animations anymore, but they certainly move towards me. Oh, you know what that might be? That might be the agents. When they stop, when they get stunned, I don't stop the agents. So if the agent already acquired a target, they should keep moving towards that target. They won't acquire a new one, but they're going to keep moving towards that target, so they'll float across the screen a little bit. While not playing the movement animation, because that was switched off. Okay. That makes sense. So what we should do maybe is just make the agents stopped. That's way easier than it sounds. That sounds way easier than it is because, again, all of these guys have their own script. Okay, let's do it at least in one of them. And see if that works. Where is... Ah, geez, my scripts are such a mess right now. So our range bomber enemy... state machine, because the manager doesn't do anything. So we could just do when it's stunned, we need to get the animator, I suppose. Dot agent. Ah, the agent is not in fact public. So we can't just change the agent from here. Bugger. Okay. Oh no! Let's ban that guy with his cheap viewers. Cheers, cheap viewer guy. Okay, so in the... No, not the animator, actually. Agent is in movement. That's right. That's why I couldn't find it. Oh no, it is. It is totally public. Okay, so we can just change it from there. Which is probably not a good idea. But who's gonna stop me? Okay, so this is actually the movement script, which I don't even have access to. It seems like. Okay, wait. Can we somehow in the movement script do this instead? So if he's not dead and he's not stunned, we can do all this stuff. Okay, that's fine. Okay, else if he is being pushed, we make him stop or dead. Okay, so maybe we just put a good old else if in here. And we say stunned. And we just do agent not is stopped equals true. What the hell is this thing doing with the indents? Yeah. Okay, so we just stop it when we go into stunned. If we go out of stunned, we don't need to do that. Okay, so that should fix this guy. We could fix this guy in a similar way, I believe. Maybe, perhaps, I don't actually know. Yeah, we could totally. Yeah. We could just do this. And we do stunned. And what we want to do is just stop him. Not disable the agent entirely. So just stop the agent. That should work for that guy. And then simple melee enemy is a... this guy. Man, the same thing should work, but you know, this code is just horrible. Anyway, so if we are stunned, we just stop. Just thinking about this, I don't think this guy, can he ever start his agent again? So if we do agent.is stopped equals true, does he ever have the ability to change this? I don't think so. I think he has an auto stop. Let's just do that instead. Just in case. So when we enable the agent, we also make sure it's not stopped. This could introduce new bugs now because of reasons, but we are gonna just go with it for now. And then later we'll refactor all of this stuff. Right. I want to I want to finish this ability before I refactor anything. I actually want to also finish the ability for the wizard before I refactor anything. And then I should also fix the UI before I can refactor anything. And maybe I should publish the demo first before I refactor this. It's never gonna get fixed. Okay, so okay, that one ability I know. Oh, that was interesting. Come on, I want you to slide towards me. Oh, now he's just ignoring the sun entirely. Okay, you know what? A stun that's at least 50% effective is good enough for me right now. Well, we'll take that. We can fix this stuff later. What? Oh, I see I have new buttons in my Twitch. This must be because I reached affiliate. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I got to affiliate, but I didn't do anything with it. So I got the notification that says you got it, you're there, whatever. But I didn't do anything. I didn't enable or add or apply or do anything with that. I'll check it out later today. But yeah, I see there's an add button that I can click now. And I can make it sub-only chat. And you have to pay me to be here. Click it, lol. It's like click the add button. I don't know how it works. Okay. Well, let's go to an ad break. I clicked it. Yeah, Mr. Human Limits, you are on YouTube. You don't get to watch ads. Unfortunately for you. Okay, so the ads are not working apparently. Or maybe they only work for some places. I don't know. Maybe not everybody watches ads because of geography. Huh? How does that work? I know, like Twitch obviously needs to have contract with local companies to show ads to viewers from that country. Because you can imagine, like, if I keep getting ads for some brand of car or whatever that doesn't even exist in South Africa, as a South African, that's just a waste of money for the company running or paying for those ads. Okay. So that didn't work. What else do I do? What else can I do here? Must I activate my sub button? I don't know how that works either. Where's the sub button? Let's see. It's probably not there. Probably not there. Maybe I just need to go to my home. A what African? A South African. I am from Southern Africa, sir. Can't you tell by my accent? Probably can't. It's not a super popular accent or a super common accent. And I feel like we all sound different anyway. Yeah. I can do power-ups and channel points and funny things now as well. Oh, there's a whole monetization ad that only just popped up. Oh, I have to schedule ads. Interesting. Some mixed Irish British guy. Yeah, I've heard that before. That South Africans tend to have a British type accent sometimes. I wouldn't say always. It really depends. Oh, geez. I need to accept terms and all kinds of nonsense. Your account needs to complete creator onboarding. Oh, geez. I still need to... Okay, wait. I'll do it after stream, this guy. I'll do it after stream. This thing wants me to enable two-factor authentication now, which I never did, which is bad. I'm just afraid I'm going to dox myself or something weird. Like, I'm going to struggle with this, and the next thing you know, I have, like, my banking information on screen. or something dumb. I can finish this later. Also go actually read some of the terms. No, who does that? Let's try and finish the game. I promise I'll fix it, and then tomorrow we should be able to see some new things, like a sub button and a sub goal. I can set a sub goal as well. Gonna make it 1 million. Yes, if you get 1 million subs, you sorted. You won't need for anything ever again. Okay. What are we trying to do again? Okay, let's go get some sound effects going. Let's just finish up this anime. This whole stun effect thing. Okay, just save a little bit here. Okay, so we go to our scriptable objects. We just get our audio clip scriptable object and get those out of there. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we can have another one like this, but we'll call it Chicken Night Sounds. So these are specific to the Chicken Night. Okay, so what kind of sounds does he make? Should he grunt when he launches his thing? Like a... So obviously we have a jump vocalization for the other guy. Or should there be like a charging sound? Something like special. Charging like energy charging sound, right? Not charging like he's shouting. But maybe there should be a special, like a vocalization. I think vocalizations really liven up the characters quite a bit. And then we need a sound effect for the thing itself, right? The let's see, sound effect for the special. I don't know what to call these things. Let's see. 10-factor authentication. We need fingerprint face scan, phone number, email code, saliva scan, voice recognition, a DNA sample, fingerprint 2, browsing history check, and a criminal history check. So most of those are biometrics, aren't they? Pacific Northwest. What does the Pacific part of that mean? I can understand where Northwest is relative to the US, I guess. Okay, so we need a charging sound, some vocalization, some special sound effect for the thing, like, or whatever the case might be, right? So we need to go. We need to go look for some sound effects. I just want to see if this thing is gonna behave. Okay. So the first thing we could try and find is a vocalization. So something like, or you know, whatever, something like that. Him launching. Oh, near the Pacific Ocean. Okay, I understand now. There is no Pacific Ocean anywhere near South Africa, so we only have an Atlantic and a Indian Ocean. Yeah, Moora, something like that. Okay, so let's see. Male adult. I don't need to use anime vocalizations for this, I guess. But I do like them for some reason. I think it's just because there's so many of them. So some of the other sound packs do have vocalizations, but they're not that many, right? So we can look at them if we want. Okay. So it's not a crying, a death, or anything like that. It should be a fighting, right? Heavy attack, big effort, 01 and 02. I think this thing knows exactly what I need. Let's listen. Ha! Ha! Maybe it's a double swing sound? Oh, that's the frogs. Can you hear the frogs? It's the sound of frogware for the frog. Okay, just medium attacks. Okay, we can't use the same the same sound effects as the frog. Let's see what mature things are there. I don't like where that one is going. Let's listen to Middle Aged. This guy's serious. I almost like that one. I don't know. Okay, let's try it, right? Let's give it a try. We'll use this one. Yeah, or whatever. It's the combos. That cannot get annoying, right? It's impossible. Okay, let's just dump that into our Unity project. Come here, sound things. We need to dump you. I think I'm just going to create a new folder for the night. Because otherwise it gets a bit complicated and I don't know where things are. Okay, so there are my middle-aged fighting heavy hit attack big swing 01 to 03. What was the other thing I needed? Something like a sound effect. Okay, so we won't find them there. So let's go to Pro Sound Collection. Here we go. Pro Sound Collection. Okay, we need like something that charges the. We need a charging thing, and we need, I don't know, something like a. Is it a whoosh? No. Alright, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it's not super crazy. Ooh, that one sounds weird. Okay. Let's see what else is there. Alarms, beeps, and sirens. I don't think so. Animal impersonations. Maybe this is what I need. Oh, wait. Where's the chicken? There should be a chicken here, isn't there? I think this might be a little bit too goofy. How about this one for the attack? I think this will be too goofy, right? We can't go this goofy. Ah, these duck sounds. You like that, this guy? These are human impersonations of animal sounds. That's why they're so amazing, right? These are voice actors. Oh, geez, you can so hear that's a person. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's a hyena. What the? Pig screams are weird. Okay. Okay, let's just get out of this thing. We don't need any of that. Background, cinematic sounds, power up? Maybe power up, actually. Power up could work. Power up sounds. What did you come back to? No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's over. We're done here. Okay, this is not quite what I thought power up would be. I suppose this is what I'd use if I want to pick up items or level ups or something weird like that. Okay, but not today. Comedy and cartoon sounds. Oh no, fart squirt. There's some quality content right there. Okay. Yeah. It's really hard to get sound effects. Okay, let's see. Okay. Magic spells. I should have clicked on that folder. Yeah, maybe earlier. So we have a build up. Charge. I wonder what kind of spell what kind of magic he's using. You think he's using ice magic? I could use ice magic sounds. Oh, this might work. I just need to figure out the right one. So I like these conjure charges. Maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's see. This is difficult. Like what? Time reverse. Huh. No. Water. Oh, okay, no. No, I don't think it's water, right? Might be a wind spell. Is it a wind spell? I kind of like these wind blasts. Maybe. So let's take these wind blasts. Let's just keep them aside. I kind of like those. Witch Doctor jingles. I don't know how this is gonna sound. So we take the conjure charge. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's take them. Let's work with this, right? We can work with this. We can see if they sound like anything. Okay, metal, miscellaneous metal. This is probably just stuff getting together, right? Creaks, squeaks, impacts. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Miscellaneous. What is that? Oh, gee, there's a whole folder of miscellaneous stuff. Typing, wood, clock, broom sweeping. Okay, I know that's fine. We don't need those sounds. Snow and ice. Okay. I see. Buttons, interface, engines, voice. Voice? Actually, maybe there's something better here than what we did with the... Okay, human male A. Let's see what human male A does. These grunts are too short. I don't know. I don't really like those ones.
Contact! Attack!
Oh,
Enemy down! Fire! Go, go, go! I've been hit! Retreat!
what accent is that? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a nice. Yes, there's a lot of these battle shouts. Hey, that sounds like something shit like Aussie. This sounds like Abe Simpson. Or Grandpa from The Simpsons, if you don't know. I might have to come back to this one day. Yes, there's so many. Well, I guess you need a bunch of these if you're making a big game, right? Okay, let's see how the sound effects we have work in the game. So, we already have our scriptable object. So, we're just going to do this the bad way first, and then we'll tweak it, right? Let me just get this window out of your face. I just dragged it over across the chat, so I couldn't see the chat anymore. Okay, we don't need... oh yeah, we still have this massive bundle as well. But anyway, scriptable objects, right? That's what we need. So audio clips, let's just lock that one in place, and then we can go back to the chicken night, and now let's drag some of them in here. So apparently I haven't saved it yet. Okay, let's try this first. Let's save, let it recompile. Fortunately, I already locked this, so it shouldn't go away now. Then we can drag some of these things in. And it's gonna sound horrible, but it's gonna be fun, right? We're gonna have some fun now. Okay, so we have the charging sound. So let's just charge sound. Let's drag it in there. Then we have our vocalization, which is the middle-aged fighting heavy attack. Heavy hit attack, big swing. Yes, absolutely. And then we have this blast sound, which is like a blizzard or something. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, so we have the sound effects. Now we just need to go to our sound manager and have a way to play them. Okay, let's unlock this. So sound manager. Okay, so we're going to have another thing like this essentially. But it's just going to be a bunch of... we can play the music while we wait. Chicken night sounds. Okay. So, what are the sounds we need here? We need play, special charge sound, and then we have the special, special vocalization, and then a special I don't know what I called the last one. It's like special sound effect sound. Yeah, it's special sound effect sound. Okay, just play the special sound effect sound. That's fine. Okay, so we go there and we go the... Oh, this is already a problem because I didn't name them correctly. So special charging sound. That should be this one. And then special... I need to go and rename these so they are identifiable. But anyway. So something like this. Now, I don't know what the volume should be. But let's keep it low. 0.3, 0.3. And we'll keep this one at 1. Because I might want to play it further away from the character, potentially. I'm not sure. I also might not want to do it this way. But it might give us the effect we want, right? So let's just try it. Let's just try it. Okay. So we got our 3 functions. I need to rename these as well. But anyway, we're not going to worry about that at the moment. So where do we play these? Now, normally we play these with the animator. So in our warrior animator, we'll have special attack start and end. Special attack shoot. Okay, so let's say special attack start. This is when we should go sound manager dot play special. What did I call this now? Play special charge sound, right? We play the charge sound. And then at the end or at shoot, we should also play the vocalization, right? Sound manager. Oh, yeah. No. What the hell? Okay, my fingers were not in the right place. So sound manager dot play special vocalization sound. And then finally, we should do at shoot sound manager dot play special sound effect sound. Something like that. Okay. Let's give it a go. It should work. It should work. All these things happen. And that means the sound effect should be able to play. Now, is it going to sound good? Probably not. Okay, for the first go, I'm going to switch off the music again. Just so we get the pure sound effects. It's all I want you to listen to. Listen to the sound effects. I'm scared. Listen to the little footsteps. Holy moly. There's one sound that works very well. That one I don't like. That one is like perfectly aligned with the animation somehow. Okay. And the audio is it's a bit loud, right? So we can go and change in our sound manager. Maybe we change this one to 0.2 for now. I don't know if I can hear the charge sound at all. So let's just get rid of the vocalization for a minute. And I also want to go and listen to the vocalizations because there's one that's clearly better than the others. Let's just go see. Yeah, so the first one is actually the best one by far. Because that second here is somehow aligned with the Also, I'm not a fan of how slowly the chicken does this. I'm just gonna take the special attack back to 1. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's listen if we can hear the charging sound, because I didn't hear charging at all. Right? Don't know about you, but I didn't hear anything charge. Maybe it's just a very silent. Ah! Okay, let's just listen to it on its own, because it sounds like it's not working so lacquer. So let's just do the charge sound on its own. Yeah, we'll switch this one off for now. It seems like the sound effect's longer than the actual charge currently. I need audio editor. That's what I need. I need to be able to edit my audio. Because this is not quite... Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So it's definitely not the correct length. At all. Not even a little bit. Don't let me smack you. Oh, what? Can't smack you anymore. Okay. So let's go see. No, just stop. It's fine. So our animation itself, let's play. If we look at our animation, it's the ranged attack 1. It is 40 samples long. So at 30 frames per second, that is 1.3 seconds, or yeah, so 1.3 seconds basically. And I think our charging sounds are a bit longer than that. Can I see the duration? Yeah, 2.7, 1.5, 1.5, 2.7. I need audio editing software. Quickly, download something. Back in a previous life, I used Audacity. This was really in a previous life. What? What is this thing trying to do now? Muse Hub. Okay, download without Muse Hub. Just want Audacity, thank you. Okay, English, yes. Let's go. Yeah, program files. Yeah, why not create a shortcut? Let's do this. Launch. Yes, absolutely. Let's go. I guess. Okay. Look at this. We're here. Now. Okay, wait. How do I do this from here? Could I take... Could I take this sound effect and drag it in there? I can. Okay, so there we go. So we got our sound effect. So let's exit our music and let's see if we can clip this in some way or shorten it, or I don't even know. So if I take this lead up, right? Yes, I don't remember how this works at all. Draw tool, selection tool. Okay, so if I just want to do something like select there, and then I want to clip it. This is such a. So if I do that and I just delete, it actually does work. So it just deletes. So if I do this and I just delete, it actually does delete. So I wanted about 1.3 seconds. That's where the climax should be. That's about fine. Yeah. Okay, so if we save this, or we export audio, I guess. Export to computer. Okay, we can, I guess, put it there. Let's call it edit. Edit. Export. I don't know. It's I suppose export. There we go. Okay, we did it. We exported a sound effect. Now we just need to go find it. Okay, let's see. It should be, it said it's in my documents under Audacity. There we go. Okay, so now we have a sound effect that has been edited. Okay, so let's just check and see if that sounds like anything. We want to go to our scriptable objects, audio. Just lock that because it's going to run away. So the charging sounds, most of these are kind of rubbish. So we can just, get rid of all of them. And let's add our new charging sound that we just made. So we stick that in there. And now let's go here if it actually aligns well with the animation. So it should be, it's 1.3 seconds, and this thing is about 1.3 seconds long, this animation. Because it's 30 frames per second, it's a total of 40 frames. That should be about 1.33. So if we use Chicken Night now, and we do. Okay, wait, I misinterpreted that entirely. So yes, it is 1.3 seconds long, the total animation, but what I failed to notice was the fact that we shoot it at frame 1820-ish. So that's when the rest of this is just the wind down, right? So we actually need a sound effect that's 18. What's that? Like 0. What's 18 over 30? Yeah, 0.6. Yeah. 0.6 seconds long. Damn it. Okay. Let's see if we can. Is there a spell effect that is a bit shorter? What is the shortest one I have? Standard, I mean. Like these ones seem quite short because they have very little. They have a massive tail, right? Okay, let's try one of them. Okay, so if I click and... can't do that. Need to have this thing over there. Alright, that's just about what I thought, so we just need to get rid of this one, I guess. Okay, so this one's quite short. Let's get the selection tool. Let's delete all that and delete all that. Let's see. So we needed 0.6 seconds. Hey. Can we shorten this thing some other way? What if I just take the whole thing and that doesn't work. Can I compress it? Okay. See, edit. Don't want to trim it. I know there's like a million tools in this thing that I just don't understand. So what does this do? Okay, that just changes my selection. That's horrible, but anyway. Okay, let's do that. Let's move it over there. You didn't hear that? Okay, fantastic. 0.6-ish seconds, so right there. I mean, I don't know. Export audio. Please don't show me this again. This one is called Charge 2, actually. Charge 203. Edit. Okay, we export that one. And we drag it back in. Okay, so now that's the only one we want, actually. So it's a total of 0.7 seconds, but it gets to the climax right there at 0.6-ish, sort of. Okay, let's see. And let's go to our scriptable objects, audio clips. So get rid of this one. We lock that. And we look for the one that's the right length. In this thing. No, not there. Check it out. Okay. So this one should be the right one now. Okay. So let's try. Okay, let's just try that. Let's just play, because if I I'm not gonna know unless I check. Okay, go to level, chicken eye, start. It sounds. I'm not a fan, but it kind of works. Okay. So that is at least well aligned, right? So let's see. I don't like that squeaky thing it does at the end, but let's see now that we have that working at least. If we add the explosion sound as well, the sound effect, if that makes it come together a little bit more. I mean, is it as good as the Ranger? I don't know. It might not be. Okay. But I have a workflow now, right? So I can tweak this forever if I really want to. Now we just need to get the vocalization back in there. Okay, so let's just switch that on and see if everything together sounds like something. We can make this one a bit softer. I think so. Save. Let's go. Oh, I haven't. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Please, Unity, don't break. Okay, let's play it. Let's hear everything come together. Okay, this conjure thing is kind of bugging me. Let's just take it out. It's a weird. It does something not so lacquer. So let's take it out, and let's just hear it without the charging conjuring thing. Just the effort. Oh, now we just have a okay. Now we just have a straight up. We just have a index outside of bound problem here because we're now trying to go through a list with nothing in it. Okay, then let's just make it way, way softer. Like 0.5. Something like that. And let's try it again. Yeah, making sound is hard. It's hard because it feels like I'm never quite there, right? Like some things come together well, and then other things are just like, I don't know, this still doesn't quite sound the way I want it. Yeah, that's better. I can live with that. Okay. Okay, so that's something. Now, what do we call the magic juice that the knight is using? Because I see I haven't called it anything. So if we go into the knight character and we see the character data, juice name. Is this stamina? Or is it also mana? It's kind of magical what he does, right? So maybe it is mana. Okay, so the knight uses mana as well. Some kind of magically imbued shield. Right. I don't know. What if we just call it like magic points or something like that, right? So we just use a specific amount of it. So then it's like just charges. It's very generic, and then he has 5 charges, for instance. Maybe that's okay. I don't know, but I think that might be fine. So you can do it 5 times. Okay, then I guess we can start working on the wizard, and then we should really refactor some code and make this stuff a little bit more scalable. And then I should fix my wife's computer, because oh wait, what's happening here? Her computer kind of had a noopsie, and now she doesn't have a graphics card, which means she no longer is making new characters. So the Ninja Duck is not progressing, which is bad. We need the Ninja Duck to progress. Okay, so let's look at the wizard. Wizard, what are you about? So we have this range attack 2, which is effectively a flamethrower, right? So we want him to do flamethrowery throwing things, right? So he does a little sweeping attack like that. Okay. Actually, I think if I play the game, he should already be doing this. Let's see. So we should be able to immediately notice, or immediately just do the bait. Oh, okay, wait. He. Oh no, there's still some problems here. Okay. He wants to kill all the enemies. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we can... Yeah, so when we click, he does do his thing. I kind of want him to be able to still turn around while he's doing that. Right? Okay. Yeah, okay, so there's still a bunch of problems with the wizard that we need to go fix. Okay, so one of the first things we can somewhat quickly go and fix is in the animator, special attack. He should be able to go to idle just because it shouldn't matter. When the special attack finishes, he doesn't need... because that's currently the problem. He gets stuck in the wrong... he gets stuck in his special attack animation, which just stops, and then because it's not a looping animation, then he just sits there. So you should go back to idle and then to targeting or running or whatever the case might be. So that's one of the issues already fixed. Right. Okay, but now we should have a special attack. So we've had a ranger special attack and a knight special attack script. So we're going to add a wizard special attack. So let's see. Inside of our scripts folder, characters, wizard character. Create new mono behavior script. Wizard special attack. I think I'm going to close all of these tabs because this is close all tabs. We'll start fresh. It's a bit much. Okay, now we just need to attach his special attack. So we'll open the prefab actually, so we don't have to. Is it special attack? Okay, there we go. So we're gonna borrow quite a few things from the Ranger and the Knight. Okay, just because I've figured some things out that I just want to basically do the same thing. So if we look at the Ranger, for instance, the spawning is going to be interesting. Actually, this one is going to be very interesting because we're not really spawning anything. We are activating a yeah, okay, we'll figure out. Yeah, because it's just going to be like a flamethrower effect that gets activated. Okay, I will figure that out. But at least the movement should be something, right? So, okay. Bomb prefab, that's not very needed. Character data might be needed for spell juice checks. Okay, but these two functions do get copied, right? Pretty much. So on the update, we do special attack, and then here we don't need to do a check for is jumping. Okay, so what do we want this thing to do with the player transform? I think we just want to rotate it, right? We want him to be stationary but be able to still rotate. So I think if we go to player movements, we should be able to just copy that bit of code. Okay, so in player movement, our rotation. It would be something like this. Right? Look direction to rotation, transform dot rotation. Because he's stationary, then we don't want him to move, so we just want to do this. Yeah. So something like this. Player transform would now go there instead. So aim manager. Okay, so we don't have an aim manager. Is aim manager part of our player manager? Probably is. Or it's not. It's part of player movement. Where's aim manager? What is aim manager? Okay, it's plugged into the okay. Player movement is an instance, so if I just make this public, we could find that aim manager here as well. Right. Yeah, so we could just do private transform. I call it aim manager. And then at start we just do aim manager equals player movement dot instance dot aim manager transform. There we go. Can't spell apparently. There we go. Now we got it. Okay, rotate speed. Yeah, I don't know how fast he should be able to rotate, to be honest. So this is a float. Rotate speed. Let's just set that equal to 3F for now. Okay, so now he should be able to continuously rotate while doing all his stuff, except for look direction. So this is the aim manager position. Mine is your own position. Look to transform dot rotation. Yeah, we just needed to make sure everything's player transform, because that is exactly the one we want. Wouldn't have made a difference now that I think about it. But it's okay. Yeah, I don't want to move the character inside of the player. I want to move the player. Yeah, because that'll cause weirdness. Okay. So something like that. So if we are doing special attack, we do this movement. Okay, so that should already do something. Okay. Okay, now the other thing, I want to see how that would work. So, okay, so we have a fireball spawn point. So what we need is we need a visual for our flamethrower, right? So if we go to our effects, master stylized, prefabs. So we have this fire thrower, red flamethrower. That actually looks kind of dope, if I'm honest. If I have to be honest, that's kind of dope. So what we can do is we can look for, let's say, chest, shoulder right, and okay. We could attach it to the staff in some way. So let's see, if we put it in the staff and then we move it about. So we just, you know, rotate this. Let's just reset this 0 0 0 and 0 0 0. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is our flamethrower. Looks pretty dope to me. Alright, now we just need to make it rotate. So this should go up, right? So it's negative 90 on there. Wait, why did this... Negative 90 on this one, 0 and 0 on the other two. Okay, and then we just need to move it to the tip of the... Oopsie. The position in the Y... Something like that. Okay, let's see when he does his attack animation if this looks anything like a flamethrower should. Face it up and put it in a pipe. Oh, it'll... okay. I mean, it's kind of doing something. Okay, so if we put simulation space into world, maybe that's what I want. I guess that is what I want. Same with the the smoke, we say simulation space world. There we go. Huh, that was actually kind of easy. We just need him to not have fire spewing when he shouldn't be firing this thing when he's pointing backwards, right? So something like, stop. Stop. Okay, so maybe we don't do looping, and then we do play. It still is, it's looping somehow. Oh, I'm just editing the smoke like a fool. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, but we want like a burst of fire to come out at some point. So, right, what's this? Foot? No. So he goes, wah. So there. Special attack shoot. We want the fire to emit right there. So I think what we do is we go, so our red flamethrower will be okay, so if we switch off looping there and there, what is head? I mean, that kind of looks cool. Nah, it doesn't. Let's switch it off. Okay, so then we have our flamethrower doing its flamethrowery thing. So restart. Okay, so that thing, it doesn't loop. Oh, this one's still looping. Okay. Okay, we'll figure this out. Oh, that's the energy charging thing. Okay, but effectively we want to... Okay, so we don't want any of this to loop, right? And then we want to say play on awake, that's fine. And then effectively what I'm going to do is I am just going to go to my... this thing, and then on... special attack shoot, we're gonna drag this in there. Oopsie. On special attack shoot, red flamethrower, drag it in there. Function, particle system. We could actually just play the particle system. Or not. Oh, okay, I'm on the right. Play. So if we just play it. So then we, actually, yeah, so then we do not do play on awake for this thing. Okay. So no play on awake. So we just press play. It plays for a little bit. And then it stops eventually. Okay, so let's see. So this thing plays for... I think 5 is the duration, right? So 5 seconds, but it should really be. So let's say from 28. To like 52. So to 52 minus 28. So 24 frames. So that's 0.8 seconds. Okay, so can we, if we set the duration to 0.8, okay, and we say restart. Okay, I like that. That seems pretty good. Okay, so now at 0.8 seconds exactly, it stops. And then you restart it essentially. Okay, that should already do something. Right, let's go see. Let's go see if this looks like anything in the game. And then we just need to do all the other things like damage and stuff like that. Sound effects. I think a sound effect for this should be... Okay. Okay, the smoke's a bit weird because it lingers, so it goes back up. It's not a very powerful flamethrower, is it? I think when it goes straight, it looks very powerful, but that looked very sad. So maybe the emission... What if we just make the emission 200? I don't know what these other settings are. Probability, something weird. I just know rate over time. I understand rate over time. I'm just going to do that one. I think, okay, so the smoke is lingering because it has a longer lifetime, right? Start life speed. Lifetime 1. So why is it lingering so much? Is it the color or the size of a lifetime? I'm not sure. Okay, let's just see if I made it a little bit more interesting by increasing the amount of emissions to 200 from 20. It should be now an incredible blast of fire. That's at least what I hope it does. Oh, yes. That looks sick. Okay, I need to figure out why the smoke is doing what it's doing. So, okay, so let's just say the smoke has... Is there something else changing the lifetime of the thing, maybe? Custom data, what is this? And these guys are way too clever with their... Oh, simulation speed 0.5. Maybe that's it. That is it 100%. It's a bit slower than the fire is. So it counts 0.8. So we can still make it slow, right? So 0.5, but then we need to reduce the time to like 0.5 as well. Then it's 1 second. Let's make it 0.45. So it's a little bit longer than the fire. Did I now actually change this in the prefab, or what did I just do? Apparently I did, yes. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so the idea would be that you can do this. Oh yes, and I can still turn around, so that's pretty nice. Ah shit, how am I gonna do the damage for this? I must say it looks pretty cool. I really like this effect. Damn it, man. Now I want to redo the whole thing the knight does, because it looks terrible comparison to the other two, I think. Because, like, you have this, which looks amazing. I think that really pops. So let's go showcase what the ranger does. Okay. I missed somehow. Right, so you have that, and then you have the ranger, which does a cool backflip with a bomb. Like, that feels just snappy and good. I enjoy putting bombs on the floor, especially with the animation. I think the animation does. Like, that, the bomb itself is pretty straightforward, right? But the animation and things, they just all came together, right? Even the sound effects somehow worked. For some reason. Like, you can still do the backflips. You just can't leave bombs all the time. Which I feel like... I mean, this is such a cool thing that the Ranger can do now. The Ranger is, again, one of the best characters. This keeps happening, right? It's like... When I started making the characters, I quickly realized that the Ranger is by far the best. And then I try to make the other ones more interesting by tweaking their stats. And then I thought, when I add more abilities, they'll become more interesting as well. And then I added the Ranger as a special ability, and now it's also the best ability. Yeah, like, those two feel good, in my opinion. And... maybe it just needs to be faster. Maybe it's underwhelming because it's slow. Yeah, let's make it quick. I'm gonna make it quick. I need that to feel like it's, you know, it just punches you in the face. Because everything else feels like it's punching me in the face. But not that. How do I change this again? Where did I code this stuff? I think it's in the prefab, right? Prefabs. I need it to punch me in the face. I can't tell you how badly I wanted to do that. It's kind of weird. Special attack shockwave. Okay. So the speed multiplier. Wait, I don't really remember what any of these do, to be honest. So speed multiplier. Okay, yeah. So that changes the transform dot position speed, okay? So that's 15 currently. The size increase multiplier. This should somehow be related, I think, to the speed. Right, like if I just did that, and I wanted to increase, so if you increase the speed, the size will also, it'll grow faster as well, I think. Okay, this is obviously gonna break now. I need to make the size increase. Yeah, okay. So let's think about this. So if I want it to grow at a third of the rate, of the speed, I'd need to make this. So if I want to make this 30, I need to make this 0.333, right? Now it'll keep the relationship I want, but I can tweak the relationship between the two. I lost my thing. Right. Okay, let's go play the game. I want this knight to be cool. Oh. That's right. He doesn't have any charges left, so I'm not spawning any new ones. Okay. Yeah, he is out of spell juice, guys. That's the problem here. Let's see if we can give him some more spell juice. Okay. I've successfully given him more spell juice. I mean, that does feel better, right? The sound can still, I think... Maybe I need impact sounds or something. That might be it. So it shouldn't just do like the little stun thing like that. Ah, I can perma-stun you. Also, it might need a cooldown. But that feels better, right? That feels better. You know what? Just for the fun of it, let's see how he performs against the boss. Yeah, why not? So we have two characters that are now super amazing. That should be able to destroy the boss, no problem. Actually, now that I think about it, the Robert might still be too super amazing. Okay, but here comes the boss. So I can't remember. Did I change the poison attack? No, it still does 5 damage per tick for 10 ticks. So he is. Oh wait, he can't be stunned. I just remembered. Okay, but let's see. So his problem always was the frogs, right? So now there's a ton of them. So technically, I should be able to go like this. Be like, I'm not dealing with this. Get stunned. And then I can just come in here and die. Because apparently there's still too many of them. Get out of my face! Eesh. Okay, Unity is struggling a lot. Okay, but I can at least stun them now. For what that's worth. Give him a poison. You know what? Let's just take out the wizard. And let's... What happened? Did I win? Did I win the video game? Did I... Okay, something happened. Something definitely broke right now. What the hell? What just happened? I don't understand what just broke. Something broke terribly. Okay, let's try. Let's try playing the game normally. Whatever that means. Who wants to watch an ad? I'm gonna press the ad button again. Let's see if it works this time. Okay, I pressed it. Did the ads work? I have a new thing to play with now. That they would. No. Damn it, so I'm just pressing this button for nothing. Maybe there's also something I need to change with the settings, the affiliate stuff. Might be something like that. Okay, so the ads aren't working. Oh, that's okay. Okay, let's play the game. Let's see how this goes. So we have our Chicken Knight with his spell juice. Oh wait, I don't have a way to regain spell juice, I just realized. So these should only be used when in dire straits. Because these 5 charges aren't going to increase. Well, obviously I can increase them in the inspector. But apart from that, they're not increasing. Yeah, but let's say I'm kinda over these frogs right now. I can totally stun them and then come and destroy them. And you know, one of them wasn't stunned but will not, that doesn't matter. Right, damage, wisdom, critical, new movement speed, attacks, lifesteal. Spell damage plus 2, what does that do? Nothing, because we didn't make him do spell damage. Oh, okay. Okay, we have a lot of problems in our UI. I don't know how this guy's still here. You shouldn't be here. What are you still doing here? Okay. Yes, like these jumpy guys are very problematic. Did I make the game harder or something? What the hell's up with all these enemies? How's there so many? Oh, wait, I did make the game harder, I remember now. Take my poison! Ah! It's like... Okay, let's poison these guys. Ah, the poison works at least. That's cool. Take that! It's definitely not the way to fight the frogs, right? The frogs, you just fight at the distance. It's fine. No need to run in between them just to get a nice AoE poison bomb off. Oh, there's still a whole other totem. Ah, jeez. No wonder they're not stopping. I have 1 HP. Yo. Oh, I'm not getting this totem, am I? Nope. Okay. Chill out while I kill your totem. There we go. Okay, now chill out again while I get close. I mean, the stun is cool. Just like it. But it needs to do damage or something. Because just stunning them it turns out doesn't actually do a lot for the knight. And there's enough of them, the stun doesn't really make a difference. Because you still have to go in there. And then they get unstunned while you're in the middle of them. Or I should make the stun duration be able to increase, or, you know, just something else. Okay, Mr. Owl. Okay. I think I know what's happening. Okay, I see. So since the owl is still a work in progress, I do a special attack, and I die during the special attack. And then I summon the owl, and he gets stuck in some weird animation problem thing. Because I didn't finish the owl. I stopped halfway. Because I wanted to make the knight feel better. But he feels better now, right? But I think he could also do damage. So he could apply a stun and he can do damage, I think. I think those two things would make him feel a bit better. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, go to the restroom. I'll be right back. And we can finish off the owl a little bit. Still, I don't know how I'm going to do the damage, though. That's going to be interesting. But we'll see. Maybe we... Okay, well, we'll see. Before I go into this, I need to go to the restroom. Let's just give you something to look at like that. And I'll be right back. I have returned. Okay. I just had a thought. Go away. There we go. One of the reasons I just realized why I might be breaking the game in terms of performance. One of the many reasons, let's just be clear, is that when I use the shield ability with the knight, I never switch off that collider. Oh, I never actually switch off the... I never delete the projectile or anything. It just continues. It moves into the distance forever and ever. So the more times I use this thing, the worse the game's performance is going to get. So I should make it despawn itself after a couple of seconds, which I totally forgot to do. So let's have a look at that quickly, and let's just get that. So the Shockwave Manager essentially should on update have another. So this is moving it, but it should also have just a little despawn timer. Right. So we can have a private float despawn timer. And we can just simply do a despawn timer plus equals time dot delta time, and then we can just ask if despawn timer is greater than 5, so 5 seconds. We can do game object dot destroy game object. Right, so we just start the despawn timer, increment it, and then destroy it after 5 seconds. And that's all she wrote. Now at least it doesn't continuously fly into the distance for all eternity. Right. Okay. So our next challenge is the wizard's special attack damage, right? So I kind of did a thing now where I made it possible. Okay, so let's just demo that. I need to switch off the spawning and the camps again. Okay, and then I can show you. So I need to figure out a way to have this guy apply damage. So how do I do this? So if you look at the wizard, I mean the flamethrower looks cool, right? Now the problem is I can move, I can kind of rotate. Okay, just okay, so we'll get the timing stuff sorted as well, but apart from that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, we got him. So if I shoot in a straight line, I could do a cone or something like that and say, yeah, I just do damage in the cone. But if I turn, which is kind of something I'd like to be possible, right? So you can still turn the character a little bit while he's shooting, which changes the shape of our fire. So essentially we should have the damage be applied a little bit differently. Make sense? So that whole arc should have been able to apply the flame. Is there a way to use to detect collisions with something like the particle system? Probably not, right? So I put it on the staff, so we have this red flamethrower. This thing, these particles are purely visual. I don't think there's any way. Oh wait, there is a collision tick box. What does that mean? So what does that actually do? Okay, type planes. How does this work? List is empty. Collision. Dampen bounce. Life loss. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So we can have it bounce off. Or world. Well, we can have it collide with enemies, for instance. Can I just then add a script to this? Okay, let's select enemy. Just gonna test this, right? So nothing interesting here has to happen. It doesn't have to bounce. Is one nothing? I don't know. Kill radius scale. Collider force. No, we don't care about that. Send collision callback messages. So this might actually break everything now that I think about it. Wouldn't this just be completely terrible in terms of performance? Might be. Okay, so let's try something. Let's go into the wizard character and let's create a script. Flame thrower damage. So the damage script. And what I want to see, I just want to see the behavior. We're testing things. I did unmute myself, eh? Yeah, I did. I'm always a bit worried that I didn't. Okay, so if we take this flamethrower and we just add to it the flamethrower damage script, and we do something very basic, just a on collision enter, right? Just do on collision enter, and then we do a. So since we only collide with enemies, we should be able to debug .log and ask it to print the collision. And now it should give me the information about what it collided with. Theoretically, if this works the way I think. Now, it might spam colliders like crazy. Which I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of it spamming this, calling this a million times. But let's see what it does. You see night shockwave. Okay. Okay, so that's at least how I think. So collision is switched on. So this will send a message, which this thing can listen to now, I guess. Maybe there's a whole different way this works, but I think at least that's how it works. So the red flamethrower now has collision with the world mode 3D. It doesn't do anything to the flames. Collides with enemies only, max collision shapes 256. Okay, and then collision quality high because it's not static. Ooh, yeah, let's render the bounce of the particle. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Also, I'm gonna switch off the Komodo dragon because he's annoying. Okay, let's play. Let's see what this looks like. I have no idea what this is gonna look like at all. But hopefully it creates a little collider that then dissipates Okay, let's go into console. Okay, so if I do... Oh, please. There was something funny happening there, but I don't see the print statements. Do I need to activate the gizmos? Maybe that's the thing. So you can see they collide and then they kind of bounce off the enemies. Yeah, that looks weird, right? So we don't really want that. Can I see this in scene view? Okay, let's just put the game over there. Cannot really see the... Okay. So it's not working quite the way I thought it might. So it's not as simple as just connecting a script like that. So there's a different way to work with colliders and particle system. Okay, so let's Google that. So Unity particle system collider collision trigger. Getting the collider and particle system trigger event. Oh wait, I might be dumb. On particle collision. Yeah. We need the particle system first. We need a reference to that. Yeah, I don't know why I thought this wasn't needed. On particle collision. Okay. That's on me. So it cannot be on collision. It should be like on particle collision. Maybe this already works actually. Debug.log other. So let's see if that works. So now it will give me the game object that it collided with. Could I... Okay, let's just save that. What did I just do? Okay. So in the player, can we take the wizard, for instance, and then just switch off the trigger zone? Or does this break something? It might break something, but I don't want him to trigger his attacks all the time. I just want to use the special ability, and he keeps fireballing everything, and that's kind of bad. Okay, so he's not null reference exception error. They're not happy about this. Okay, we did get a collision with the ranger. The bomber enemy, at least. We're struggling to find the small guy, but I think that's because of how close he is. Okay, let's just see if we can make him... You there! You are too fast. Go slower. I want to fireball you. Crying out loud. Okay, so we can. Okay. So at least we know that we can hit them like that. And then technically we should, since we can collide now with our particle system, we should be able to... we should be able to use the particle system, or the script, since we can get what we collide with, to set them on, to basically to put them on fire, right? To apply the status effect on fire, effectively. Not sure how I'm gonna do that. I just really, it feels like this thing is spawning a million colliders, and it's obviously colliding with the enemies multiple times. So there's multiple colliders flying out, and they are hitting the enemies over and over and over, obviously. And then at that same point, they are sending a new particle collision event. Is that something we can avoid or make better? I don't know. I have no idea if this is actually going to break the game or make it, do anything to it. So let's just try and use this for now. So flamethrower damage. So we have the flamethrower. It does its thing. So let's see if we can somehow get them to take damage. So we have the enemy effect. But we don't have to do this perfectly right now, but we can at least get some damage done, and then we can tweak it tomorrow when we have more time, right? Okay, so enemy status effect manager. So we have a fire effect. So I don't want the flamethrower to do damage directly. I just want to set them on fire, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we are effectively going to apply an enemy status effect, fire in this case. So what we can do with flamethrower damage is we can do this should be enemy, right? And we could do enemy dot get component, and we want the enemy status effect manager, and then we want to dot apply enemy status effect, and the thing we want to apply is enemy status effect dot fire. Okay, so it should be as easy as that. So the damage itself can be very straightforward. We just apply the status effects. Now, we know we can put damage in there as well. So let's just put... what the hell did I just do there? Let's just put 1F, right? So we do 1 damage. Okay, so now the status effect is applied and it does a single damage. So this should happen no problem. The only problem is this is going to happen continuously. So in our status effect manager, this is going to get applied multiple times. You're going to get this status effect reapplied, 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 reapplied every time one of those particles hit. But he should be already burning, right? So we do ask at least if the status effect is nothing, or the new one is nothing, then, you know, we can change the status effect. Otherwise, we don't change the status effect. Okay, so this is going to be very similar to poison damage, I believe. So we could just do, on update, let's just copy the poison damage. So if this would now be fire, so we are burning. Okay, we have a fire tick timer, which doesn't exist, so we need to do something like this. But this would be fire stuff. So we have a prefab, a fire effect visual, we have a fire tick timer, and a fire effect tick count. Okay, so we have our fire tick timer. So we do fire. Okay, we do a tick time. Tick times is the same. Okay, we change our on status effect tick with the damage. Okay, so we just get the damage. Okay, that's not a problem. So damage number, this would be fire damage number. Fire damage number, prefab.spawn. Okay, that's fine. Okay, find and replace with fire. Okay, so we replace that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay. So now all these are fire effects. Okay, we have the visual that we switch on and off, etc., etc. Okay, so that's fine. So all we need to do here is fire effect visual dot game object dot set active true, just like that. Right, that makes sense. Don't do anything else. Because we also changed the effect damage already, so the effect damage would be different. So now we know it's fire. Okay, so they should already be able to take damage. We just need to, inside of the base enemy, we need to change a few things still. So one of the things is we need to do a prefab for the new pop-up. Okay, you finished your thing. Okay, pop-ups. So we have a poison damage number. Hey, Mr. Human Limits. What's up? You're working on power-ups for your Mario fan game. Sounds interesting. What's the question? Okay, so this would be the fire damage number. And let's just open this up. So, okay, so that's poison. I think this thing has a nice preset for fire already. Okay, let's just do fire default, right? That'll work. Okay, and then I think that's all I need to change here. Okay, so now we have our fire damage number, and we also need the effect. You want a bubble to float in a sine wave. But the only math if thing they have gives out angles. How are you making the bubble? What is the bubble? Are you using particle systems, or what are you using? You just want something to move up and down. So you have a bubble on top of the character's head that just does this. Hey? If I understand you correctly. Yeah, okay. Can't you just multiply... so can't you just input time dot delta? So something like... now, this might be a dumb way of doing this, but you came to me for advice, so... But what if like in update, for instance, you have a angle, or let's say you have it as, I don't know, float, private float angle, right? And then you just do angle, plus equals time dot delta time. So now the angle just progresses. Apparently I don't spell angle the same way twice. So you have your angle that changes, and obviously you can make it change faster or slower by just multiplying this by like 5f or whatever. And then you have your transform or your position. So let's just say it's your Y position. Like that. Unity knew exactly what I wanted to do. Doesn't that work? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work. But so you just calculate your Y, and obviously you can have this somewhere else, and then you just calculate a new value. And now the angle, no matter what it goes to, it should, your Y value, which is the up and down axis or whatever, should just oscillate between two values. And if you want to increase the amplitude, you can multiply this by 5f. For instance, now the amplitude will be higher. So you multiply this one to make it faster. You multiply this one to make it higher and lower. So to change the... He just wants a bubble to move up and down. Mr. Human Limits on YouTube. He wants a bubble to move up and down using a sine wave. And he didn't really know how to implement that, or he had some trouble implementing that the way he thought he would want to do it. There's probably some other ways to do that, right? Like a tween. But to me, if you just want the thing, if you want to change the Y value, you take the transform and you change the Y value using this function, right? That should work. Yeah. I mean, there's 2 lines of code. Why do you want a tween? I don't need tweens. Okay, I don't need to save this either. Let's do this. Let's paste it into the YouTube chat. There we go, and then we delete it from my game because it doesn't do anything for me. Okay. So apply enemy status effect. Why was I here? I just needed somewhere to type, I think. Alright, so status effect manager, this works. Oh, I needed to plug in some stuff. So we got the damage number yep. So let's go into our enemies. The basic enemy. So we can drag the stuff in and it doesn't disappear. We cam on. Actually, what happens... I just thought about this with this whole ad thing that now is a problem for me. If I'm not running ads myself, does that mean Twitch just kind of forces people to watch ads when they feel like it? Or like when you enter the stream, you have to watch 17 ads before you can continue watching the stream. Okay. So I first need to finish my setup for the affiliate stuff. Yeah, because I just thought about that, and it could be a kind of... Oh, yeah, run 3 per hour. Yeah, as far as I know, that is... So 3 an hour every 30 minutes. I run 1.5 ads or something. Yeah, pre-roll ads are kind of terrible. I imagine if somebody raids you with 50 viewers and they all have to sit there and watch 7 ads from the raid. Or maybe raids don't work like that, but that would be a terrible raid. It's like, welcome to the stream. And then you just sit there and you don't know what's happening. Yeah, that'd be pretty shit. Okay. Okay, so we need to drill down into this enemy to get into the base enemy. Because there is our manager, and now we can get the fire damage number prefab. And then we just need an effect, like visual. Okay. So if we look at... So the poison effect... so there's this little bubbly thing. And then I also added the glow. Missed human limits. You had a bug. It made you watch 6.5 minutes of ads. And then when you tried to skip it, it just reloaded and made you watch it again. Hey, you dedicated if you're watching that many ads to see whatever you wanted to see. Okay, so let's duplicate the poison effect, right? That seems reasonable. And we'll call it the fire effect. Fire effect. Okay, something like that. And then what we can do is we can already drag this in here. It'll look kind of terrible because it's now the poison glow thingy. Let's get rid of the poison bubbly thing and let's just make the glow like red. Okay, we can hide this one. So okay, so we're just gonna make a red glow. For now. Right. I just want to see if it works. So we can apply the status effect to an enemy and they should be burning. They should have the little damage number pop up every few seconds. And they should, well, every half a second, they should have their damage number pop up. And every... No, and then they should have that little red glow above their head at least. Let's switch off the gizmos. Let's see if we can set somebody on fire. I just killed everybody. Now I can't set them on fire. Oh, for crying out loud. And there's not going to be any more enemies spawning. I should make it easier to test these things for myself. Like have an invulnerable enemy or something. Guess like that. Okay, I didn't set anybody on fire. Let's try again. Okay. Hey, look at that. He's glowing red and he's ticking fire damage. And he died because of the fire damage. That's pretty cool. Okay. So, this is meant to be something that we can use against these small lizards, but it seems like they are too close. Let's see if we just move. Yeah, like this cone is... It's gonna kind of look a bit weird if I move it all the way down. Wouldn't it? So we just put it on 0, for instance, and you play it then. Yeah, then it comes out if it's flippin'... Why is it like that? Why does it play the fire from down there? Is it something to do with the shape? So if I change the shape position, okay. Let me put the shape position over there. That didn't really change anything, did it? I don't think so. Okay, so we want to change this position to be the tip there. Then it comes out like from his hand. Why? How can I not have it do that? Yeah, I've never... Maybe it's this? Is it the pivot? What does the pivot do? Oh, that did something, actually. So normally it's 0.2 on the Y. What if I make it like 1.3? Yeah, that's better. 1.5. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's just see if I can apply it to these small lizards that keep running into my face. Yeah, they're kind of annoying. The whole point of this was to be able to clear them easily. But for some reason, you know, they get too close and I just shoot the flamethrower over top of their heads. Okay. He's burning. He's dead. And he's burning. And he's dead. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I mean, it works, right? Not sure how much I like the fact that it collides 1,000,000 times, but at least it works. I wonder if there's a way to exclude... So there might be a way to make something uncollidable, you know, or something like that. So think about it. The collision right now works by... Let's see, how does it work? Renderer. Where's the collision one? Oh, wait, did I not do this inside of the... Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, let's just apply the overrides. Okay, but anyway, so if we look at the collisions, they do ask for collides with, right? So it collides with enemy. Could we change? I don't know if this is gonna work, but hey, Mr. Luminotes. Hey, that code worked. Ah, fantastic. So it was bouncing off the screen entirely, so you couldn't even see the bubble. That's great. That is great. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to make this thing more efficient, but it's maybe not gonna get there. It's okay though. Let's not worry about it right now. So let's make the flamethrower do 5 damage, and then let's go have some fun. Because 5 damage is a lot of damage, and I think the status effect for the flamethrower takes 10 ticks, so it's 50 damage. So it can kill pretty much anything. It should also be able to kill totems, I feel. But totems don't have a way of managing status effects yet. So maybe these are fire retardant totems, so we're not going to worry about it. Oh wait, there's something else I wanted to change. I don't want us to actually lock this anymore. Just want to get the component and apply the status effect with fire. And that's it. And then to keep it simple, I'm just going to activate the boss. Because he makes everything interesting, right? With the boss in here, there will be many enemies spawning. So we'll just activate the boss and play the game. See how this new ability deals with other enemies. And then tomorrow we'll finish it out, I think. So we get our owl wizard now, obviously. Good old fireball is still the good old fireball. Yeah, we can pretty much just chunk him down with the fireball. No problem. I don't want to burn the boss, because he will die too quickly. Okay, he almost died already. Okay, but this is where he's gonna shine. Don't know what just happened. I'm so slow. Okay, there's something wrong. Oh, you know what this is? It's the collisions. The flames are bouncing off of the enemies. Oh, I killed the boss. Damn it. Okay, wait. Now I understand what that means. This bounce is set to 1. I don't actually want it to bounce at all. Nothing. Don't bounce, please. Because the flames are bouncing over the enemies and just going all over the place. That doesn't work for me. That looks weird. Okay. Let's try again with no bounce. No bouncy flames. Okay, so it didn't bounce. It also didn't set him on fire. Oh, I died. Okay, so it does set the frogs on fire at least. Okay, apparently I am now invulnerable. Yes, like I'm gonna have to do something about the performance, right? Wonder why the boss doesn't set on fire. Is this... He does get poisoned, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he does get poisoned. Huh. Anyway. Here's the real test. No, something's still broken. Something is definitely still broken. And I killed the boss accidentally as well. So. Okay, guys. I think I'm just going to call it there. It's late already. I need to get going. I will have the rest of the affiliate stuff sorted by tomorrow. Prosto Cottlo. Cottlo. Cotylo. Prosto Cotylo. That's how I'm going to say it. Prosto Cotylo. Did you just get here? Yeah, well. I'll see you next time. Let's get going. Some of you, it's probably past midnight by now. Isn't it a work day tomorrow? What are you doing? You guys want to go raid somebody? Let's see if there's somebody I can raid. Spatches. Let's go raid Spatches, I guess. Start raid. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Let me do the good ending outro thing. And yeah, something like this. There we go. Cheerio.